So when you think about the world's AI hotspots, your mind probably jumps straight to places like Silicon Valley or maybe Beijing, but there's a new player in East Africa that's just laid out an incredibly bold roadmap for its future. Let's dive right into Kenya's grand plan for AI. And right out of the gate, this strategy isn't messing around. This isn't just some dusty policy paper. It is a full-on declaration of intent. The goal is crystal clear. Kenya wants to shape the future of AI in Africa, not just be a consumer of tech that's built somewhere else. Okay, so before we go any further, let's make sure we're all on the same page. When this document talks about AI, what does it actually mean? Well, they define it pretty practically. It's all about technologies that can do things that normally need a human brain. And this framing is really key. The plan sees AI not as some sci-fi novelty, but as a fundamental tool for development, something to make human work better and simpler. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at the master plan itself. Then we'll check out Kenya's AI starting line. Where are they right now? After that, we'll explore their ambitious vision, unpack the blueprint for getting there, and finally, see what an AI-powered Kenya could actually look like. All right, section 1, the master plan. Now, this is the official document, and the big takeaway here is that it wasn't just cooked up in some back room. It was built through a ton of conversations with everyone from government and industry leaders to academics and local communities. It's a national roadmap for real. Okay, but before you can map out a journey, you've got to know where you're starting from, right? So, what does Kenya's AI starting line actually look like? What are the strengths they have to work with? And what are the hurdles they're going to have to jump over? And this table, wow, it really lays out the two sides of the coin here. On one hand, you've got these incredible assets, a massive young population that's already digitally savvy, a buzzing local tech scene, and even access to green energy for those power-hungry data centers. But on the flip side, the challenges are huge. Things like data privacy, the fear of jobs being disrupted, and of course, just fierce global competition. It's a real tightrope they have to walk. So why go through all this trouble? Well, the prize is staggering. We're talking about a potential $1.2 trillion in economic value that AI could unlock for Africa by 2030. This whole strategy is about getting Kenya in a position to grab a major slice of that pie. So with that massive opportunity on the table, let's look at the big goal. What's the North Star that's guiding this whole thing? It's all about this ambitious vision, becoming a continental leader. And here it is, the official vision. Now, a couple of things here are super important to pull out. First, notice the words R&D and commercialization. That's a clear signal that the goal is to create and sell AI, not just buy it. And second, that phrase, inclusive socioeconomic development, that's crucial. It connects all this high-tech talk to a very human goal, making sure that everyone, not just a select few, benefits. A vision is great, but a vision without a plan is just a dream, right? So how are they actually going to pull this off? That brings us to the core mechanics of the strategy, the blueprint for success. And I love how they've structured this. Think of it like building a house. You've got 3 main pillars holding the whole thing up. These are the big areas of action. And those pillars are built on a solid foundation of 4 enablers, the essential things that have to be in place for any of it to work. So what are they? The 3 pillars are digital infrastructure, data, and R&D and innovation. And holding it all up, you have the foundation, which is made of talent, governance, investments, and critically, ethics. Okay, let's dig into what each of these really means. First up, pillar 1, infrastructure. This is the literal nuts and bolts. AI is just insanely hungry for power and data, so you can't build a world-class system on shaky ground. This means investing in things like powerful data centers, using Kenya's green energy to run them, and even exploring making some of the AI hardware right there in the country. Okay, so if infrastructure is the highway system, then pillar 2, data, is the fuel that runs on it. This is all about managing that fuel the right way. And I know data governance framework sounds kind of dry, but this is absolutely critical. It's about setting clear rules for how data gets used and protected, which is the only way you can build trust and create the kind of high-quality local data that makes AI actually work well. And pillar 3, this is the engine, R&D and innovation. This is where that whole creator, not just consumer idea really kicks into gear. The idea here is to fire up a whole ecosystem by boosting research, creating a real market for Kenyan-made AI, and helping local AI startups grow big enough to compete on the world stage. All right, so those are the pillars, but what's holding them all up? That's the foundation, the 4 enablers. You can almost think of them as two pairs. On one side, you've got people and money, developing skilled talent and getting investment. And on the other, you've got the rules of the road, smart, flexible laws, and a deep commitment to ethics to make sure this powerful tech is used fairly and safely for everybody.
Okay, so we've been talking about pillars and enablers and big strategies, but what does this actually mean for the average person? Like, how does an AI-powered Kenya change your day-to-day life? Well, the plan gets really practical here.
And this is where it all comes together. We're not talking about abstract tech anymore. We're talking about real-world solutions to real-world problems. Just imagine a chatbot giving life-saving maternal health advice to a new mother in her local dialect, or a smart tutoring system that helps every kid learn at their own perfect pace, or an app that helps a small farmer get the absolute most out of their land. This is about putting AI to work where it can really make a difference. And really, this quote from the Strategies Forward just sums it all up perfectly. It's a call to action. It says, together, we can build an AI-powered Kenya that benefits all its people. That word together is so important here. This isn't just a government thing. It's being framed as a national mission for everyone.
So, there you have it. The vision is massive. The blueprint is, well, it's incredibly detailed. It covers everything from infrastructure and data to talent and ethics, which leaves us with the big question, the one that really matters. With a plan this ambitious, can Kenya truly become Africa's AI leader?